Sanders with 15 laps complete. It's not a matter of if they're going to get in the lap traffic again. It's going to be when, because it only took him 4 clicks to get on the tail end of the slower traffic. Sanders in the 2X searching for his 6th victory this year, be his 21st of his career with the series. And he has just been lights out fast in the Victory Motorsports 2X. We documented earlier his first win didn't come until May 11th at the Contra Costa County Clash at NARC Speedway. Then the following Sunday on the 19th for the show at the new Stockton Daytona for the salute to on June 1st. It wouldn't be until June 29th he'd visit Victory Lane again, as it was the David Tartar Memorial at Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico. And his most recent victory 2 weeks ago tonight, the most recent NARC 410 Sprint Car Series event. And it's the Howard Kading Classic at Watsonville's Ocean Speedway.
Well, Justin Sanders proving exactly why he's won so many of these races. The way he's navigated his 2X machine through the traffic here tonight, just relentless as he's taking command of this thing and just not looking back whatsoever. I am so impressed with that VJ number 2X machine.
Well, once they hit traffic, it took him just 2 laps for Sanders to square up with Johnson. It looked like Johnson was going to take it back. So we got this double file restart upcoming. This is a big restart for these drivers, as Justin Sanders, Victory Motorsports 2X, will be alongside the Bates Hamilton Racing 42X. A little bit of a problem here. Sanders has come to a halt on the front straightaway.
Yeah, I'm curious if he stopped to discuss something, because that car just came to an abrupt halt, man. Not sure what the problem is, but we got race officials right at the 2X machine now trying to talk to the driver.
So still 15 laps to go. Do want to let you know the next race, it'll be some time before we get back into it, as the summer break coming up for the NARC 410 Sprint Car Series. It's going to be October 5th at Hanford's King Speedway for the Maury Williams Memorial Twin 20s. And then the rescheduled Chris and Brian Faria Memorial Race is for October 12th at Thunderbolt Raceway. Being told front end problems for your leader, Justin Sanders, and they're going to quickly get to work. As he is saying, I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to see what he's saying with the sign language, Doug, of get me to the work area. We need to fix this problem, and my goodness, drama erupting here tonight on the Central California coast.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin Sanders frantically trying to get the attention of the officials to get him into the work area, and the push truck just pushed him into another utility vehicle right inside turn number 4 now. As if things weren't bad enough, they just got a little bit worse. Damage into his machine. The PVH vehicle. And Justin Sanders, wow, drama. Just talked about it. Maybe it's the announcer's curse that bit him, but we just talked about how well Justin Sanders has been able to navigate the traffic early in this event. And the front end somehow collapsing on that 2X machine. We'll see what they can do.
Well, we don't want to be over dramatic about it, but a 3-point margin for Sanders with the point lead. Justin Sanders getting out of the race car. Heartbreak City, as he led the 21 of Colmacito by just 3 points. So inheriting the race lead is going to be Justin Cox. That will change the landscape of the top 5. Justin Cox, Chase Johnson, Cole Macedo, Caleb Montgomery, and DJ Neto, your top 5 in the restart order. What a heartbreak for the 2X team. Ready to come to green. 15 laps still to sort out in this one.
back Burt Ballin on lap traffic and run up the tail tank. I believe it was Alexa Herrera just a couple laps prior. I thought, man, the impact had to be, I guarantee you something was bad, but that car did not turn at all when he went through 1 and 2 that time around.
Yeah, just the kind of Tony Hawk grinded it in turn 2, and there was some sparks starting to shimmer. There's a 3-car tangle on the back straightaway in a separate incident between Freitas and the 9, the Obi-Wan of Burke, and the 88 senior of Shaw.
And race officials radioing that the driver is okay, so please put your hands together for Burt Ballin Jr. That was a wild ride for sure.
Wild dramatics here at Santa Maria Speedway. A lot of history at this place. Of course, 13-time NARC champion Brent Kading spent his 1978 rookie year here, driving for Fresno-based car owner Bill Cunningham, and won his first ever NARC race on August 4th, 1984. 1983, Ronnie Day, the father of reigning NARC champion Corey Day, spent his 1983 rookie season here with car owner Don Chapin. As your defending race winner, Billy Aton, reporting to the work area in the 26. Might possibly had some incidental contact, and the work area may be a very, very busy place here in the next few minutes. Talked about the Keller Motorsports team. Mike Keller, one of the car owners of that group, 1976 Rookie of the Year here, and champion in 1980 and 1984 for the Marks Kepler team. And the first time NARC came here was June 28, 1980, and Chuck Gurney Sr. won that race, and then would back it up on the next one on August 16 of the same year. And Anthony Simone, won a NARC race here on June 6, 1981. So the Obi-Wan of Burke is in the infield towards the work area. There's no work being done on that. Still work being done on the 26 of Aton. And Doug, man, it's been a trying day for Aton. That their rig broke down just on the off ramp. They had the hood popped up and they were on the corner, and fortunately some people were able to literally drag them to the races. And my understanding, it sounds like some people in the local area trying to lend a helping hand, try and get their diesel engine repaired.
Yeah, I may not be 100% accurate on this, but I believe the team of Alexa Herrera had a rig that was able to get Billy Aton to the track. He, like you said, was just parked down the road. So, boy, this is definitely not the outcome similar to what he had last time he visited here at Santa Maria Speedway, taking home the victory. Tonight, it's a long road to hoe if he's got any shot whatsoever to get those repairs done and get this thing back on the track.
So your top 5 remains the same. Top 10 is pretty much going to be the same, although I think Dylan Bloomfield unofficially, of course unofficially, is going to restart in 10th, but has scored a lap down. So there's only 9 cars on the lead lap.
You know, interesting scenario here. We did not complete a lap on that restart. Therefore, if the 2X machine of Justin Sanders are able to get the repairs done to the front of that machine, he is not down a lap and would be able to restart the tail of the field on the same lap as your lead pack. But again, we'll have to see what's going on in that situation.
All right, so we confirmed with race officials Justin Sanders got out of his car in the work area, being told that if they're able to button this thing up and get, but if he did it on the racetrack, it would be a whole different story. There's a lot of scrambling going around for the 2X to try and get him out. He would technically restart 10th. He'd have to go to the very back, the tail end of the field, but he would still retain lead lap status. So the red light has been replaced by the yellow one. Burke and the OB1 is done. Freitas, they're going to work in the 9. Shaw is on the racetrack in the 88 Senior. We'll see if Dustin Freitas, of course, his brother DJ, also a racer, and their father, the Flying Hawaiian, Dean Freitas, one of the most storied and decorated sprint car racers in the state of Hawaii. Even back in 2004 or so, the USAC Southwest Series went to take on the locals in Hawaii, and actually Dean Freitas won one of those races, and it's cool to see that the Freitas racing name is transferred here stateside, and they've done rather well. And this is his second career start with this series, talking about Dustin Freitas. So this facility opened in 1964, March 31st. Doug Ford, of course, was the operator from then until his unfortunate passing in 1999. First event was headlined by the California Racing Association, the CRA. And during Ford's tenure, Speedway was named the best short track operation west of the Mississippi on 2 separate occasions, and hosted a wide variety of race cars over the years. Doug, I ran into Danny Lauer, IMCA modified racer. He came up to my neck of the woods in the Pacific Northwest, had a Speed Week win at Southern Oregon Speedway, and we were talking about all the Mike Johnson from Lompoc, one of the titans of the late model ranks that used to inhabit here, and a lot of guys from Oregon used to come down here every Memorial Day for what was called just the Nationals. Trevor Glazer is a guy that took a lot of cash here at this facility over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, a lot of historical names associated with this speedway here. We're so thankful to the Colombo family for reopening this facility and allowing us to enjoy these Saturday night races once again. I love the fact that the NARC series is rallying drivers from all up and down the coast of California here. We've got cars that normally run without a wing that's put the wing on. We've got the series racers that are just ripping around this facility. And then we've got brand new guys like the 31 and Kyle Beilman. I mean, if there's a place to put you guys in sprint car racing with a wing, I don't know if this would be the ideal spot, but Kyle hanging tough with the rest of the crowd out here tonight. You can see Dustin Freitas being backed up, looking like he might want to push and get back into tonight's race.
Let's make some noise for the Freitas team for not giving up. That thing was on a hook when he went to the work area. And there's still some activity going on with the 2X of Justin Sanders, as Freitas is going to hopefully fire it up, and it looks like comes back to life. You get the field single file here. Justin Cox looking for his 3rd career win with this series. He picked his first one up last year for an $18,000 plus victory at Thunderbolt Racing in the final night of the National Classic. Won during the fastest days of motorsports at Cottage Grove Speedway, Oregon, back in June.
Yeah, Justin Cox looking phenomenal right now, and I was talking to team owner Joshua Bates earlier this afternoon. He was real excited to get back to Santa Maria Speedway. It's been a while, and the team had some secrets up their sleeve. They knew that about this time you get that ocean air that rolls in and sometimes followed by the fog here at Santa Maria Speedway, and they were really hoping that we'd get the moisture to seep back up through the racing surface, and they said, look out, they're going to be fast, and sure enough, I'm watching watch Justin Cox, and he's got Chase Johnson on his tail, but he's looking good right now.
Yeah, Johnson's 3 wins, June 17, 2017, July 13, 2019, and last year on July 8th, Paul at Petaluma Speedway. He'd love to win one outside of Sonoma County. He's got a lot of time here, and definitely that one in 2019. Talking to him this week on the Inside podcast, he felt like that one was his. They just had an unfortunate mishap, and that was the last time he's been here, so he's looking for some redemption. Cole Macedo third. Fourth is the 3 of Caleb Montgomery, and 5th DJ Neto. Still 15 laps complete, 15 to go, since it was a consecutive stoppage without an additional lap complete. Macedo on the 21, a vicious crash on the front straightaway.
I missed it. You missed it. We missed it. Hope he's okay.
The Tarleton Motorsports 21, wrenched by Drew Warner. A vicious crash. So 21 laps complete, 9 to go. Third stoppage of this race, second time for a red flag incident. Macedo was 5th at the time. He restarted 3rd. I'm going to try and get a report from you. So we're getting word from the safety crew. Cole Macedo is alert. He is talking with the medical staff. He's still in the race car. And Doug, judging by Drew Warner hustling back with the pit crew, they may try and get the 21 back out. We'll find out, and they may not be calling this a night. As your top 2 drivers in points having some vicious rough luck, this could shake things up going into the summer break.
Yeah, absolutely great news to see Cole Macedo still sitting inside that Tarleton number 21 machine and not giving up yet as they pull the unit over to the work area right now. And obviously you see the top wings flip completely inverted, but more importantly where you look at the front end damage resulting in the need for the hook right now. So hopefully they can get that front axle swapped out and get Cole back in. I completely missed what started that thing, but I tell you what, I heard it, and that got my attention. So great news that drivers A-OK and possibly could get back in action here.
Yeah, it looked like on the restart he bicycled over pretty viciously. That's what caused him to lose a couple of spots. As Macedo in the 21, Drew Warner, of course, the crew chief. These drivers, or the crew chief driver combination is definitely a great one. And they are, you know, I hate to overuse the word, but frantic is definitely the key word there. These teams, this is where they get their weight in gold here, of trying to replace a front end as well as some of the steering and suspension components. Of course, they're going to have to deal with the top wing as the red light has been lifted. It's been replaced by the yellow. We'll see if the 21 of Macedo can make it back out. So your running order: Justin Cox leading, Chase Johnson second, Caleb Montgomery running in third, DJ Netto fourth, and Bud Kading is up into fifth. Something to note about Montgomery: he's only got one start here with this series. That was back in 2019, but it was a 10th place result. And he's currently riding in third. If this result holds, it would be a big finish for this team. Caleb Montgomery already 2024 has raced with the NARC 410 Sprint Car Series in 7 features. He's posted 4 top 10s, with the best result being a 6th place finish on April 6th at the Asparagus Cup at the new Stockton track.
Pretty awesome.
Well, to give you an update, the Tarleton Motorsports number 21, new top wing on. We'll see what they can do with the front end. Of course, that's where the majority of the bodies are at. Are they going to be able to make it out in time? That is the big question mark. Outside the top 5, restarting in 6th is going to be Gage Garcia. Nick Parker is 7th. Caden Steele is 8th. And if Cole Macedo can make it back out, he'd be the last car on the lead lap at 9th. We're going to get a push truck behind the 21. They're still working on Cole Macedo's entry. It's sounding like from the staging area, from the work area, they are not ready. So we're going to go lights out with 9 laps to go. What other dramatic plot twist do we got in this one here tonight? As Justin Cox American Sprint Car Series suffering some magnificent bad luck as Justin Cox out of the race car, Santa Maria Speedway.
Make some noise for Justin Cox. Boy, I tell you, Ben, he had but just a split second to decide, do I go high, do I go low to get around the lap car? He chose high, and that was the demise of the 42X. Chase Johnson dove to the bottom, was gonna be clear and free off of 4. Oh man, the Bates Hamilton 42X. You saw the result, upside down between turns 3 and 4. What a heartbreak, as you mentioned, for Justin Cox. Wow.
Yeah, to the yellow car. Yeah, that's the lap car that got in the way.
I don't know, he's pissed, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker for Cox. It was a really close battle with Johnson as Justin Cox conversing with Dustin Freitas. Gonna talk with race officials here on what the scenario is coming up as we go red for the 3rd time in this race, our 4th stoppage. We only had 1 yellow, and that came on lap number 15. The second half has been drama-filled, Doug, with 3 drivers having some, well, 4 drivers having some very, very unfortunate luck.
Yeah, and you know, it's completely understandable, the frustration with Justin Cox coming up on Freitas like that. But, you know, Freitas had no idea, and I don't think Justin realized, too, that Chase Johnson was on the inside. Freitas saw the 24 machine coming on his inside. He had to slip up not to make contact with him. That thing, it could have been a 3-way flip. So just a victim of circumstance, the 42X driver was. And man, like I say, just fortunate that the driver's A-okay. And boy, it's going to get real interesting now on this restart.
So Chase Johnson is the leader. That's going to put Kayla Montgomery, this is unofficial of course, Kayla Montgomery 2nd, Gage Garcia 3rd, Bud Kading is going to move up to 4th. The race officials sorting things out here as this one is not over. By the way, can we have a round of applause for all of our push and safety crew here and on-site medics? After this race, we invite each and every one of you to the pit area to get up close and personal with these drivers and teams. Several of them have apparel for sale, and those apparel sales greatly help the funds. You know, Doug, these things are not cheap to take up and down the highways and the freeways of, I mean, these guys, a lot of them travel all across the country, and any sort of sale of a t-shirt or a sweatshirt greatly helps them, and it's much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. And I tell you, Alexa Herrera, that 5E car, she's a rookie in this. Only a handful of starts with a wing on top, and definitely doesn't have the motor program that some of these guys do. So she's got a little bit of an uphill climb to get acclimated to this wing 410 racing. She has some pistachios for sale in the pits here tonight, and they're absolutely amazing pistachios. Also, BillsJerky.net has some jerky for sale in her pit. So go down to the 5E car. That's the black, pink, and blue number 5E machine at Alexa Herrera after the races. She's got some pistachios and some Bill's for sale. That's good stuff. You know, Ben, another cool sight for me, sentimentally, is seeing Bud Kaning up in here. I grew up racing quarter midgets with Bud and Tim, and it's just the Kaning family heritage alone.
Sure.
My dad was huge, Howard, and then also we were, you know, fans of the legendary Brent Kaning and Bud. All strong up there in the top 5. It's really good.
Yeah, Bud has this Tim time since 2001. Of course, they started with this series. His best run was a third here in 2019. So Nick Parker going to restart in 5th. And Kating and Neto, thought those two guys were going to go for a ride on the restart, Doug, as they kind of clashed wheels coming to green, but they were both able to wrestle things under control. That really played to the benefit of Gage Garcia, as he was able to go from was 7th at the time, or 6th to 4th.
Yeah, Miller entry is looking real strong right now, and Gage Garcia is taking full advantage of that. Looking real good in the show position. Of course, anything could change. I mean, we just saw the restarts. Calamity could ensue. Hopefully, it won't be too dramatic, but also we want to see the most exciting finish possible.
We're having a green
Safe
white
one,
checker,
that
I'm
is.
not sure.
All right, lights are out. Green flash. Had yet to crack the podium in 2024 with the NARC series, and he finally does it tonight. And talking to him earlier in the week over the phone, that 2019 race where he finished second to Dominic Selzy, he remembered that greatly. There's no doubt that he wanted to do one position more. His first time here since 2019 with the NARC series. Make some noise, Santa Maria Speedway, for tonight's Hoosier Racing Tire A main event winner out of Pengrove, CA, Chase Johnson.